And there you see him at Great American Ballpark. Terry, it is wonderful. This is great news. Did you get the itch? Were you surprised? Let's go through the origins of how this contact started here with the Reds. Go ahead. Let me hear.
You know, Mad Dog, I actually had a really good summer. I needed to step away. My health just wasn't allowing me to do the job the way you're supposed to. And I felt like I was shortchanging people. And I talked about that with you before. When the Reds called, it kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. When Brad and Nick flew out to Tucson, though, it kind of reminded me of the guys in Cleveland. It just felt right. And at the age and where I'm at in my life, I want to be aligned with people that I think, because you're going to get challenged every day, but I just think this is, I'm excited. I'm off the charts excited.
We all are, Terry. I mean, I saw you last year at that Italian-American thing. You were looking forward to watching Arizona basketball in the whole 9 yards. So to have you back here 9 months later is as good a news as I can get. Let's do a doctor's report. I read about the swimming. You used to tell us about that. And you lost 25 pounds, so you feel as good as you've felt in a long time. Let's discuss that.
Well, I'm up to 30 now because somebody was just giving me a little, my suit doesn't fit anymore, which I guess is a good thing. I've tried really hard to be healthy, and because we didn't have the stress of a season, I was able to take care of myself. And I'm going to have to keep an eye on that when the season starts. I know that. I'm not 25 anymore, but I think I'm situated pretty well where I can do the job the way I want to and enjoy doing it, and that's being active.
Bochy did it last year, and he won a championship. Did you think about that when you made this decision?
No, but I know when Boch came back a couple years ago, I laughed when we played him in Texas. I said, Boch, you're the only guy here that makes me look healthy. we had a good laugh over that. But, I mean, you know what? Boch could – it doesn't matter how old Boch is. He's one of the best managers that's ever been in this game. Same thing with a guy like Dusty Baker that came back. It's baseball. And, again, if you have the energy that you can do the job, it doesn't matter what your age is.
Do you enjoy this mid-market scenario? We all know with the Red Sox and the Phillies, this is the second run now with a mid-market that's trying to resurrect itself. I think you like that. I think you like that challenge in Ohio. How about that? Let me hear.
That's a good observation. What I'm really excited about is this team is got youth, and they're very athletic. Actually reminds me a lot of Cleveland a couple years ago. And that'll never be used as an excuse. But I think when you are that young, we can make a difference as coaches and a manager, and I am looking forward to it. It does get me excited.
As it would. Ownership there came out to see you, too. You had a nice lunch last Thursday with the Reds owner. And tell me how that went. Let me hear.
I was kind of kidding Bob and those guys. I said, hey, I cleaned my house. I bought you guys lunch. You better sign me. They were terrific. Again, I was blown away that they would fly all the way out to Arizona to see me. Like I said, it just blew me away.
Are we going to see Brad Mills and the staff? How's the staff going to organize it with you and the Red front office, your coaching staff? Let's discuss that.
Well, Millsy's like my big brother. Actually, after this, I'm going to change my clothes, get into something comfortable, and we're going to go start talking about baseball. And the coaching staff will be one of the first things we talk about. So, kind of looking forward to getting started with that.
All right, how about the regimen about swimming? I know in Cleveland you swam all the time. You had that little golf court to take you from your hotel to the ballpark. Are we going to have the same kind of arrangement in this great town of Cincinnati? How about that?
Well, Mad Dog, they got a SwimX here at the ballpark, which I love, as you know. Depending how far I live from the ballpark, we'll have to see if we come up with, the second hog. I don't know. I'd sure like to live close because you know me. I don't want to be an hour away from the ballpark. I don't want to be making an appointment to get here. I like getting here. I like getting on my shower shoes and getting in my underwear and seeing how we're going to try to beat a team that night. That's what gets me excited.
And that's why we love having you back. All right, how about missing it for a year? Did you follow the game? Do you know this Reds team? Give me your sense in the last 10 months on both the Reds and the sport in general. Let me get a thought there. Go ahead.
Mad Dog, I probably watched more baseball this year than I have in a long time. I found myself the last couple of years in Cleveland just kind of watching the team that we're going to play next for obvious reasons. And then this year I watched a ton of the Cleveland games because I just, they're doing so well, and I'm so proud of those guys. And then I would turn, I have the baseball package, and I would turn on a game. I'd look and see, well, okay, who's tied in the 8th inning? And I'd watch the end of that game. And so like I said, I probably watched more baseball this year than I have in a while.
Well, how about that? Nice to have the spring training in Goodyear, too. Not too far away to have a team train in Arizona. Was that a factor in your decision? Let me hear.
It wasn't a factor, but it's a good thing. I mean, if I told you how many times, you go to the ballpark in spring and it's dark, I've turned into the Reds parking lot more times than I've probably turned into Cleveland's ballpark. So I know where it is. That's good. I can live in the same place I've lived for the last 11 years. That part's great.
Is it the Reds that was attractive, or if any team would have called you, you would have been itching to come back? Is it a combination? Were you dying to come back anywhere, or is it Cincinnati? How about that?
Yeah, no, I wasn't dying to come back. Like I said, I had a really good year being off, and I didn't have to manage. And I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say that it's a hard question to answer. I didn't want to manage just to manage. Like I said, when these guys came out to visit with me, we kind of hit it off pretty good. Or because I'm at an age where I don't want to get involved in something that's uncomfortable, because this game's challenging enough. But to go through with people that you respect and you care about and they care about you, that's what I look for.
Terry, I don't want to reiterate too much. This is a great deal for the sport. Having a guy like you here, a pit stop on the way to the Hall of Fame. Go Reds. Appreciate a few minutes. Love to have you back. Appreciate you coming on.
Mad Dog, anytime. Thanks. Nice to talk to you. I'll see you at the winter meetings.